pick up 50 and we would go. I started bringing them to the studio, and then I introduced them to Chaz to be managed by Chaz. Chaz started managing them.
So you made that connection?
Yeah, I bought 50 to Chaz. I mean, Chaz says it in all his interviews, and you know, all of them. I was the one that bought him, because that was my man. 50 was my man. I bought him to Chaz.
Money conversations, we've been making business moves. Contemplating how to get it, need to get in tune. Different topics, we got options, you can pick and choose. If more income ain't the outcome, gotta switch the mood. We tryna help you to improve, thanks for asking. Road the richest, speak on broker days and past tense. Wealthy habits, lately I just wanna stack chips. Took a risk and we been running up a bag since. G-Vast Quest, quick to make a couple G's. Detox, spitting knowledge, put you on your feet. Bug out, got the plate, make sure to pray before you eat. At the table with the winners, come and take a seat.
You. G-Vaz, what's happening, baby?
What's going on, bro?
Detox.
What up?
Pradam. Yo, you know what's ill, bro? I love these Southside stories, yo. We're gonna stay right here in Southside. We got one half of Darcsyde. Remember this group that used to be called Darcsyde? Real unknown, but known at the same time. But we got Doc Holliday. He's here. He's gonna come tell his story, tell his industry stories. Yo, Detox, start the interview and drop the shit, boy.
We get a round of applause, please.
Everybody clap.
Doc, what up, man?
What the deal?
Oh, man, this is the second time, B.
Yeah. The other one ain't, I don't know why the other one ain't here, but you know.
Well, we first started and the shit looked horrible. Like, you came blurry, you was all out of focus. I was like, I can't use this shit,
okay,
man.
I know he thought that we just trashed it because we didn't want to put it out or some shit.
It was out of focus.
Now, to be honest, like I've been on a couple of podcasts and they never came out. It's like I got the podcast blues or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Podcast blues.
I prefer it now than then because we was doing it while they was cutting hair. She was crazy in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel you.
They wasn't wasn't as focused. Now we focused in the joint. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I see.
So you came when we kind of like professionals now. Before we was just figuring that shit out.
No doubt.
We was our stage dummy, test dummy and shit. My bad.
No doubt.
Yo, what up, man? So, yeah, you did a lot in your life, man.
Yeah.
A lot of music and shit like that, and built a lot of relationships in Southside.
I worked with a lot of people. I did a lot of things.
Amen.
Made a lot of noise, but I stayed in the background because I ain't like to be in the front that much.
Why not?
I wasn't. I'm a Scorpio. We like to play the back. Like, you know what I'm saying? My aura.
Oh, so that was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, y'all love that bullshit. No. We like to play.
That was funny.
You ain't got to change the dude.
Nah.
He like to play the
forget.
back.
That shit is the new thing
Scorpio.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the old thing, but the new thing.
Yeah. So what was
We like to play low key.
Yeah, that's
what it is.
what was I don't even know. Low key.
Whatever.
It's too low key for me. What was it like growing up? You grew up in Southside, right?
Southside, 147, Sufton Boulevard, 116, Foch, all those, a lot of places in the Southside. I've been around. I was in the streets for real.
What does that mean?
In the streets for real is like there's people that actually out there getting in trouble in the streets. I was actually out there getting in a lot of trouble, doing a lot of dirty shit in the streets. I was in the streets for real.
All right, so what was it like growing up then? Like, what was your childhood like? What was your parents like?
Well, parent-wise, like I basically grew up with my grandmother and my nana and my grandfather because my mom was a drug addict. She was heavy into drugs. You know what I'm saying?
When you say your nana and your grandmother, those two separate people?
Two separate people. My grandmother's mother.
Oh, okay.
When I was born, I was left straight in the hospital. I was in the hospital and I went to foster care from the hospital. So I was in there for about a year, me and my sister. And my sister's grandmother on her side, with her father's side, they took her and left me. And my nana, my great grandmother, came and got me.
Right,
and
sure.
yeah.
Are you still tight with your sister?
I mean, I got to see them on like holidays, Christmas and shit like that. But you know, it wasn't like a tight family. It wasn't no tight situation.
From
like,
that separation, right?
Yeah, my mother was heavy. If anybody know about 150th Street in Southside, down South Road, that's where my mom's was. Like she was a part of that. She was a part of that. She was a. I'm gonna keep it 100. My mom's was a prostitute. Right. So you know what I'm saying, for whoever the cat, there was a cab stand right on South Road right there. Right. Cookie, Fat Cat sister owned the store right on the corner. She used to babysit me and my brother when he was born. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Fat Cat sister?
Fat Cat sister.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we used to be over there on 150th Street. You know, I'll shoot you a picture because we got pictures over there. Me and my brother got pictures on 150th Street. If you ever seen the movie, what movie was that? With Wesley Snipes.
Sugar Hill?
No.
New Jack City?
New Jack City. When they locked down the car and they had the crackheads. That's how 150th Street looked back in the days, yo.
God damn.
At all night, it was noise.
How old was you around this time?
Huh?
How old were you around this time?
I had to be like, I was probably like 7, 8. I just going back and forth over there because my mother used to try to watch me. You know what I'm saying? At one point, my mother wanted me back because my nana had me. Yeah. She wanted me back, so she tried to clean up her life. And we actually, the stipulations was she have to clean up her life and they'll give me back to her. So when they gave me and my sister back to her, we lived, you know where pardon me, I don't want to say niggas' real names, but on 147,
right.
On 147, my nigga E, we live right next door to E at the Williams house. They had an apartment, Sandra, you know, her house. We lived there. And my mom used to leave me and my sister in there alone while she in the streets. So my nana went and got custody of me for real. So, you know, through the courts.
Where's your pops at this time?
Well, my pops was supposed to be a known pimp over there. You know, his name was, this was who I grew up knowing was my pops because I was told his name was Ike. You know what I'm saying? He was from 150th Street. Supposed to be a known big pimp over there and everything. And so, but when I got older, I met somebody else that was supposed to be my father. What? Because one day when I was a little older, I found the Bible in my grandmother's house. And the Bible had my name as another last name. Had, you know, Jamal something else. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, who's this? But they never told me who it was. And then a couple years later, I was with my daughter's mother, Davier Moms, and we pulled up to the house, and there was these girls on the porch, and I was like, I'm looking like who these girls is, like making sure I don't know them because I'm with my girl at the time.
Hold on, bro. I just want to keep context to the story. What the age? Because we was at 7, 8. Now you at around early 20s, 30s, when you find this information.
When I met the other father.
When you find out the Bible. Yeah. When you opening up this Bible.
The Bible, I was around like probably 13, 14.
Okay.
This Bible.
Okay.
And then fast forward when you was with your first baby mother.
My first baby
That's
mother.
what happened.
Now fast forward, my first baby mother, I came home and there's these girls on the porch. And I'm looking at these girls because I'm like, what did I do? Like, who is this? Like, I'm making sure I'm not in like cheating because my girl's like, yo, who them bitches on the porch?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got out the car and they came up. They like, is your name such Jamal? I'm like, yeah. And then next thing you know, they started crying, and I'm like, my girl like, and they got on their cell phone. We found them. And I'm like, found me, and we your sister. Like, I'm your sister. I'm your sister. And they telling me, yo, your father, this is the name I always heard. Her name I heard, Russell. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be my father.
Was that the name of the Bible?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was the name up there in the Bible. Yeah. So I'm like, they crying. They like, yo, they hug. Like, we found them. Come to find out, my man Rob, you know, everybody know Rob, from off something, up in, you know, something. He told, because they approached him on Something Boulevard, and he's like, I didn't want to, because he told me, he's like, I didn't want to tell him because I thought you was in some trouble shit. You know what I'm saying? But he said something told me to tell him. and he told him where I live. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, to this day, I thank Rob for that. Like, you know.
Did y'all do a DNA test or anything?
Nah, we ain't do. We look too much alike.
Oh, okay.
My sisters, we all look alike. Like my sister Mona and all, and we all look alike. Like, and I'm like, and I was just, you know, one day I'm gonna back up a little bit. One day we was in the house and my brother was there. My brother Touch, he was there, and somebody came saying that he was his father. And because we all had different fathers, my mother was just out there.
Which is Russell. That's
no.
Father.
Another father came. Another man came. He was claiming he was Tony's father.
Right.
And Tony kicked him out the house. Like, get the fuck out of here, and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I always said if that happened to me, I want to hear the story. I want to know.
Right.
So when this happened, they was like, "Can we bring you to meet your father?" Fast forward back, can we bring you to meet your father?
Right.
So I was like, I told my baby mother, you know, she went and got Davier, whatever, and I left with them. And all this time, this man is living in Rochdale.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You know, he's living in Rochdale.
Which is not far from where
Which
you
is
are
not
at.
far, 2 minutes.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I go in there and, you know, and I asked him the question, like, so where were you? And I'm like, so where were you all my life? Blase, where's you? He was like, yo, your grandmother's so mean and this, that, and the third. She didn't want me to come to the house and this, that, and the third. And at that point, me knowing being with my grandmother, I said, this got to be the truth. Because my grandmother was like that. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was like that. So I was like, this have to be true. Have to be true.
How old were you when you figured that out? Did you confront your grandmother about that?
I you know, you can't. My grandmother, like, there's this thing they call stuck in your ways.
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't confront her about nothing. She's not gonna tell you nothing. They don't know nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They act like they don't know nothing. They don't tell you nothing. So, you know.
And this is not your nana. This is
It's not my
grandma.
nana. My nana passed away when I was 13.
Got you. And this is later on. When you-
Sorry for jumping all around.
Yeah,
but
no, that's all. But I also want to let you know, because not like we don't know you, but you're talking to us, but you got a story to tell the people, so I'm trying to keep it in context. That's
cohesive.
all.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't want to stay too much on this because we got a lot to talk about, but how do you think your parents affected you as a child? Like, what type did it make you angry that your parents wasn't there, or, you know, being that you had to live with your grandparents as opposed to living with your mother and stuff like that? Like, how did that affect you as a child?
As a child, it didn't affect me. I had a great childhood. My nana,
people say this, they always come here and say they had a great
probably was
childhood,
affected
but
and
getting
didn't
in
know.
trouble is not a sign of a great childhood.
What I'm trying to tell you
Okay.
is, up until my nana passed away,
Oh, okay.
my nana gave me everything that I wanted.
Okay.
My nana, like, she was a housekeeper for some white family, but she tried to give me everything. My nana showed me what I was missing, that unconditional love.
Okay.
I got that from my nana.
But I see what you're saying, though, D-Size, because it's like, you know that's not your mom's.
Yeah.
Right? So, it wasn't no...
I didn't care.
Oh, you
Okay.
didn't care?
I didn't care. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
think
my
at that
mom.
young, it didn't take effect maybe until you got older. But at that when
age,
you young,
I
you didn't
didn't
pay
know.
attention
I
to
didn't
that
pay
right there.
attention to
Right,
it.
right.
You know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
that.
I didn't like
Well,
going
because you got love, because we
I got
just
love, yeah. I got-
interview people who
Yeah.
who went through had a whole different experience.
No, I got love. I got even though, like, there was a lot of, see, my uncles that lived in the same house, my Uncle Daryl, and they were crackheads the whole time I knew them. So they would steal everything I had. Like, y'all remember when ColecoVision came out?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
ColecoVision came out.
No. I remember when it came out, but when they're stealing stuff from you,
They stole shit from me
the
my
whole
whole
life.
the whole
so
life.
you still look at that as not.
I still got love, but my nana, I just
I got
like,
you.
I
So you
love,
overall,
yeah,
even
overall,
stealing
like,
and all that.
you know
Got
what I'm saying? Like, they was stealing. I'm stealing as far as I could remember. They was stealing. Like, ColecoVision came out.
To answer your question, I do remember ColecoVision.
Yeah, the first, you know how you go back to school from Christmas.
Yeah.
Right.
That first day I went back to school, I came home, it's gone.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I never told nobody. My grandmother didn't even notice it was gone, and she bought it for me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I went through that. So now to get back about the childhood, when my nana passed away, I became cold. You know what I'm saying? I became cold.
But what about your other grandmother?
She protected her sons and everything, so that stuck with me.
Oh.
Like, there was nothing you could tell her about her sons doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
the sons was the drug
The
addicts.
drug addicts. Yeah,
Okay.
she protected them. So I became cold. I was cold. I was cold. I got at 13 on. I went to jail at 15 years old for armed robbery.
God
You know
damn.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was cold. I hit the streets, and I hit the streets hard.
What's hitting the streets, man? Because
Selling drugs at 13 years old. I had the guns on me at that age and all that shit.
Oh, so you was like a wayward kid at that point.
Yeah. I was doing a lot. I'm gonna keep it 100 because a lot of people don't tell these stories. I never graduated from junior high school. I never graduated from high school.
Oh, no.
I didn't even see these grades.
God damn.
I got pushed from elementary to junior high, from junior high to high school. I got pushed from all these grades, and I got pushed from them because I had an aunt that worked in the board of education, and I would get superintendent suspensions from fighting because I went from when I got to junior high school, I went from 210 to 202 to 226.
God damn, you went to every junior high school.
I went to all of them because I was fighting. I was fighting, and I fought so much that they moved me straight from junior high school to a 600 high school
In Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn, Sterling.
Yeah, Brownsville.
600. Now that was like I was in there at this time. It wasn't Bloods and Crips. It was Decepticons and Lows, and I was like one of the only Queens niggas in the school, and they gave me the respect because I cut school with them, and I was doing shit with them. I was on the mischief with them, so they held me
you
down.
were around kids that was just like you at the time.
Yeah, but I was young.
Yeah.
I was young. I was real young. So
Damn. So how do you I don't even know how you sitting here at this point because your grandmother died. I mean, your nana died. That's
my
your
nana
grandmother.
died, my mother died, and my grandfather died all in the same time, in about a couple of months from each other. I became
Who
cold.
you said after?
My nana died. My mother died. My mother died at that time. She died of AIDS.
Oh man.
You know what I'm
Who did you
saying?
say after that?
Oh.
Huh?
Who did you say?
And my grandfather.
Oh, I didn't hear much about him. You on him with tight?
Yeah, my grandfather, he's where I got some of my creative skills from. He was a master jeweler.
Got you.
You know, he used to take me to work with him. So at this young age, I learned how to do diamond setting, casting, make jewelry and all that shit from him. You know what I'm saying? But I regret to this day not taking fully after him because he had to set up in the house too. Like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all ever been to Roosevelt Field, there's a building over there that got 666 on the building in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That bottom floor was their jewelry store. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He had me a lot. My grandfather, one of his best friends was, I think he was the president of the Giants football team at this time. So we went to one of his barbecue. He gave me a gold Giants football helmet with a diamond in the ear.
Right.
Yeah, my uncle stole that.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, like I've been through a lot of shit, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like what's going? I don't even. Are you even thinking in those ages, or are you just like acting? Because like I don't even know if a young kid can just process.
They tried. Let me go back a little. They tried to. I started going to. Remember, right there on Sufton and 115, there was a guidance center over there. I was going to that guidance center. They had me on Ritalin and all that drug shit, trying to calm me down. I used to go to Wexford Terrace on Hillside Avenue, and I went
Did they try to do therapy for you or
psychiatrist.
something?
I had a psychiatrist, and that's why I learned how to play chess. Like, you know what I'm saying? When my psychiatrist taught me how
What you
to.
pointing at me for?
Because
Nah, I'm only messing with you.
Chess master.
Nah, you already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
But yeah, they had me on going over there, right? I remember this. I'm going to every Thursday. I'm going to see the psychiatrist. One Thursday, the psychiatrist is like, "Okay, next Thursday we want to talk to your grandmother. Like, you got to bring your guardian because at this time my nana passed away, so my grandmother was my guardian. So they want me to bring my guardian to talk what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with me? I came home. next Thursday want to see you, grandma. They went, what they want to see me for? And I went back, and I didn't have my grandmother with me. And they was like, okay, there's nothing else we could do. If nobody's going to support the situation of helping you, you know, there's nothing we could do.
Man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing we could do. So I ended that, and I'm back going to school, fighting, and all the crazy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why when we say our era is different from the younger era, because we wasn't shooting at this time, we was fighting and shit like that. I was fighting every day.
So how'd you get into music?
Right. I was just wanting
I
to
got
ask you
into I got into music. I don't even really know how I got into it, but I know I used to listen to my radio all the time. I had a little portable radio, and I used to just love listening to whatever rap station was playing at the time. I don't remember, but whatever. I used to love to listen to the music, love to listen to it. So right before my nana passed away, she bought me a little set of turntables. You know what I'm saying? From the his name was, I'm not gonna say his name, but from somebody on the corner that lived on my block, had little bullshit turntables. I bought those. I started trying to DJ at a young age, like, you know.
What made you want to do that? Did you see somebody that influenced you?
I had a cousin. His name was Kevin. He was a DJ in our family, and I used to like. My grandmother and them had like their birthday party. He would come and DJ. He would come and DJ, but then he got killed. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
God,
so,
man, anything that's positive to you right now is dying.
So you got a lot of death around you.
Yeah, I had a lot.
So you wanted to become a DJ, and so
Yeah.
So your grandma bought you something.
And then I started trying to make beats. I started trying to do beats. I had my grandmother bought me this thing called a time machine. It was like a 4-second. It sampled for like 4 seconds. So I tried to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I mean, as this is probably like 15, 16 now, like trying to do all that, you know. And then I got into doing the beats, but I didn't have nothing to actually do the beats. That's when I told you, we were speaking earlier about Malik. I met him at Jamaica High School. 'Cause I used to cut school and just be up at everybody's school. So I met him at Jamaica High School. I beat up some nigga that tried to rob him. So his mother bought him this thing called a ASR-10 keyboard that made beats. So I used to be over his house. I've been over his house so much that his mother started letting me in the house when he wasn't even there. Like, so that became like my
second home.
Yeah, like second home. Like, I was always over there making beats. And then as I got older, a little something, my man Garth from ATL, he bought me my first MPC.
And you haven't even started rapping yet.
Nah, I was into the beats.
And this is 15, 16?
Yeah, 17. When we met Golf, I met Golf like 17, 18. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gave me my
I didn't know that.
He gave me my first MPC.
Wow, I didn't know
MPC 3000 at that.
Wow.
And I only met him.
That's the top of the line.
Word.
He came to New York. I met. He lived in he lived in New York at this time, and I spoke to him on the phone, and he I would speak to him on the phone and see him because they was into the cars and everything. And he shipped me. This nigga mailed me. Me and my grandmother went to the airport to pick it up from the airport. MPC, the box. They put it on. He put it on the plane. Shipped it on the plane and everything.
Was you well, not nice, but you was kind of making beats before you got that?
No, I was knowing how to sample on that time machine thing. On the time machine, it was it's called a time machine. So I made a little samples on there, and this was my first real sampler, my first real sampler, yeah. So
how'd you start rapping?
I started rapping because I had beats and I had nobody rap on them. You know what I'm saying? I had nobody really rap on them, so I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna start writing." And because I used to go to the park jams, and I used to get mad. I used to see these niggas from across the bridge that we had beef with always at our park jams.
Did you rhyme at the park jams?
The Lost Boys?
Yeah, Lost Boys. We had beef with their whole team over there at one point, coming in high school and all this shit.
So it was Darcsyde against Lost Boys?
It was Darcsyde, LFM against Lost Boy, Young Guns and all that shit. Yeah,
that shit
we
was
had
crazy.
mad beef with these niggas, right? So I used to hate seeing them at the park jams and shit. You know what I'm saying? hate seeing them over there, Mr. Cheeks and shit, doing organize. But you know what I'm saying? But I want to shout out Cheeks because he's like the first one that really tried to get me signed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Good Cheeks round of applause.
That's a fact. We're going to give Cheeks a round of applause. We're going to give Spig Nice because he's an alumni on this show,
That's
too.
a fact.
So, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
he called me. I'll never forget I was home and my phone, I don't know if I had a cell phone or a beep at that time. I don't know what it was, but all I know, he called, I spoke to him. He's like, what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Come to the studio in Manhattan. Come to the studio. I went to the studio and I got on the freestyle with him. He put me on the freestyle with him. He tried to get me with his manager, Charles Suit. Charles Suit at the time, but Charles Suit I wasn't the most friendly looking nigga at the time. Like, you know
You
what
was
I'm
with
saying?
Sin at that time? Sin was with you at that time?
Yeah, but Sin ain't come to the studio that time. Sin ain't come. Like, yeah, you know.
Also, Charles Suit didn't take to you.
He didn't take to me. Yeah, he didn't
Damn.
take to me.
How did you meet Sin? Because, you know, Darcsyde, the group. Well, can
Started
you
out-
explain Darcsyde and how did that?
Darcsyde wasn't a rap group. Darcsyde was the area. This right on something. There was the JCap. It was before the JCap building. It was a lot. It was actually where we sold crack at. So we called it Darcsyde instead of Southside. So you know what I'm saying. So when I started rapping, I took the name Darcsyde and just used it as rap too. Like, you know what I'm saying. I met Sin. Sin was a group with his man Don, and they were called Trigger Niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying. So when I started having niggas come over Malik house to record to my beats, to record to the beats I had, Sin jumped on a lot of them. So it was always me and Sin jumping on the beats. So me and Sin just started, because first it started out with me and my man Intel.
Okay.
My man Intel, you know, he was Darcsyde, like, you know what I'm saying, but Intel got locked up. He was in the streets too, so he's getting locked up. So Sin took, and so
Don't forget Terrence.
and Terrence, Mr.
Terrence,
No,
don't forget
Mr.
Terrence.
No. I met this Jamaican dude. His name, I forgot his name. I met this Jamaican dude. He had a store on Jamaica Avenue called
The VP shit?
Carib Records. It was Carib Records. You know what I'm saying? We did a dub plate in there. I did a dub plate, and he heard the dub plate, so he wanted to sign us. And he had the artist Mega Bonton. He was Mega Bonton. This is my first time hearing my beat on the radio.
Oh shit! I'm looking at Mega Bonton, so
Yeah,
you see me on the camera.
you know what I'm
that's
saying.
What I'm doing.
It was my
There's
first.
a lot of Bontons.
I did it was Mega Bonton. I did a beat for him. I used one of Dr. Dre beats and sampled and flipped one of Dr. Dre beats for Mega Bonton's song, and it was playing it on the radio.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I know you was hyped.
I was hyped about
I
that.
know
That was
you
my
was.
first beat on the radio. That was my first track that through the Jamaican nigga. And then we was in the studio in Long Island. And we met like Shelly Thunder in there. He had all the Jamaican people in there. Met Shelly Thunder and all of them in that studio in Long Island. And then we did this song. I had a group of us, me, Mr. No, Donnie, Quick, because Quick started rapping. He was Darcsyde. And Sin, we did a song called Two to the Head that we actually used for it was a show. It wasn't a talent show. It was a show at Andrew Jackson. Yeah. We did the song there.
That's funny, man. I remember they were like the first people I ever seen with a record deal and shit like that.
I slapped the
like,
shit out this nigga at that point, like in
my
the
God.
audience. I did a lot of stupid shit.
You sure did, dog. You sure did.
I did a lot of stupid shit, yo.
So how did y'all get signed to Blackhand?
No, we gotta go before Blackhand.
Okay, let's go before Blackhand.
So, you know, we doing a lot of music. I did this song called All About the Cash. You know what I'm saying? And we got signed to this nigga that he was a part of Jive Records. So, and they had their own subsidiary from Jive Records called Kick Ass. So we signed to them, and they put out the that we redid All About the Cash, and they put it out. I remember, never forget, walking into the Coliseum and Wendy Williams was playing All About the Cash.
Son, that gotta be crazy.
And
that got to be crazy.
She ended the song was like, "These are the next group. This is the next group for the summer." Cause she said it. I was like,
"Oh man!"
But so we had to run and do a remix. So we went and did the remix. I used the R. Kelly beat. That's why, you know what I'm saying? And R. Kelly gave us clearance for the beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I used the R. Kelly beat. Now we shot the video. That's the video that we shot, the major video, the big video we shot.
I remember that. I think, you know who showed me that? Not to cut you off. It was Prince. Oh, I was like, yo, they really rappers, B. Like, I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. Like, they had to set.
I thought we was going. I thought we were going. We were going to go. It looked like we was going to go from that point forward. And then the fucking director had a beef with the fucking editing house and they fighting and everything. And the whole shit just went left. So I'm pissed off again, about to get back in the streets. I'm mad. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the house. I go to my front window, and a car pull up in front of my house, and two people get out the car. It's Preem from Supreme Team.
Right.
It's Preem and BJ, and I'm at the window like, what the fuck did I do? Like, cause I'm thinking Preem's coming to the house like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I'm really like, and they ain't ringing the bell. I'm like, I didn't want to answer the door, but I answered the door, and Preem like, cause I was waiting. I went to the window because I was waiting for Chinese food. That's exactly what I was doing. I was waiting for my Chinese food. Chinese food came, and I answered the door. Preem like, oh, you ain't gotta eat that shit no more. I'm like, I like this shit. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Right. So Preem, and they was like, they brought me to Chaz. They brought me to Chaz. You know what I'm saying? Chaz heard about us.
But y'all was in that kick-ass record situation.
We still in that kick-ass record, that situation. I could talk about it now. God bless the dead, my big homie gone. But yeah.
Rest in peace to Chaz.
He got us up off of kick-ass.
Wait, what do you mean he got y'all off of kick-ass?
I was about to ask. Thank you, Bug.
We was in contract with kick-ass, and Livio and them was playing hard. So Chaz said, don't worry. You're going to be off that next week. And we was off that shit next week.
So that's some mob shit right there. Offer he couldn't refuse. Next week, like it went that fast?
Literally. Livio called, like, we don't want no problems. Y'all off, contract is gone. Have a good luck.
Wow. So now you on Blackhand.
So now we ain't signed yet. We about to sign the Blackhand, like, you know what I'm saying? That Chaz is, he's courting us, like, courting me exactly. Like, I was the one with Chaz all the time. You know what I'm saying? Chaz took a very good liking to me that everybody we met after that, he called me his nephew. He told everybody I'm his nephew. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my nephew. You know what I'm saying? So we signed to Blackhand and the story go from there.
Let me ask you this. You was on a major, basically, because you was with your
subsidiary, but he was on the major, they were acting like assholes.
Compared to Chaz, who he was independent, right?
He was very independent, yeah. Why? As I look at it back now...
Not why, but no. I want to know the differences.
No. Okay. Chaz knew everybody.
Okay.
And I want to go into that story.
Okay.
Because as I got to know Chaz further down the line, I wish if hindsight is 2020, I wish I would have stayed on Kick-Ass and made Chaz my manager. Because Chaz could have made them do what they needed to do. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of taking us off them, kept us on them and made them do what we needed to do.
Because they had more money.
Because no, it wasn't about the money. They had the connections.
They had a relationship.
They had the in the machine connection, but Chaz had to do what I say do type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I wish.
Yeah.
Because now when we got with Chaz, he has the connections, but a lot of people were scared of him. And that hindered a lot of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it hindered a lot of shit. From what I believe, it hindered a lot that people were scared to deal with him because, the Suge Knight situation and I used to...
I don't know the Suge Knight situation. What do you mean?
Suge Knight was a bully.
Oh, okay. He was going to be like an East Coast Suge Knight.
Suge Knight was a bully, and Chaz didn't want that persona.
Right.
He didn't want that persona. So he didn't actually, they were just scared of who he was because of what they heard about him. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't like that.
It's funny because every time I seen him, I was like, "What did he like?" He looked like he didn't look like a violent person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
he's not a violent person. He was a serious person.
Yeah,
yeah. He was a very serious person. But I'm gonna say this: Chaz was up in Blackhand. We had so much fucking fun. These niggas was clowns. Even Preem. Even Preem clowns all day.
So Preem was a part of the Black.
He wasn't.
Hand?
They just knew each other.
Oh, okay,
he wasn't
okay.
a part of it, but they all come because we opened the studio on Jamaica Avenue, and when we first opened the studio, we had all 3 floors. So the first floor was the gym. Second floor was whatever we wanted it to be, and the third floor was the office and the recording studio. So we had fun all day.
So you guys were the first ones
signed the Blackhand as a group, yeah.
50 Cent made it. 50 Cent was, I feel like, wasn't there a relationship between Chaz and 50 Cent? How did that come about? Well, do you know anything about that?
The relationship came about with Chaz and 50 Cent is, I knew 50 from younger age. His cousins lived on my block, and he used to come through. Every now and then he used to come through. He used to come through on dirt bikes, cars, and everything. When he was Boo Boo, he wasn't 50 Cent. And he used to always, he knew I rhymed at the park and this, that, and the third. So when he started rapping, when he became 50 Cent and he started rapping, I used to always still fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Always fucking with him with music and this, that, and talking and all this all the time. So when I got with Blackhand, when I was with Chaz, I said, I used to always bring my daughter to 50's house. My daughter, Davier, him and Marquise is about the same age. So I used to always bring my daughter over there and pick up 50 and we would go, I started bringing them to the studio. And then I introduced them to Chaz to be managed by Chaz. Chaz started managing them.
Wow. So you made that connection?
Yeah, I bought 50 to Chaz.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to fact check that, G.
I'm gonna go fact check it right now.
I mean, Chaz says it in all his interviews, and all of them.
No doubt.
I was the one that bought him because that was my man. 50 was my man. I bought him to Chaz.
So what was I guess I don't want to ask. We can't ask about their relationship, but like, what happened between you and him in your relationship? Like,
me and who?
You and 50.
Nothing happened between me and 50. See, the whole thing happened was, the whole beef with Ja Rule.
Yeah.
I was there for all of it. So when I see comments and shit about this, that, and the third, let me start from the beginning.
Please do. G got to put his glasses on.
Yeah, start from the beginning so I can see it. Get some focus going on.
There's a lot of people that say Ghetto Quran is snitching. Y'all heard that, right?
Yes,
50 was snitching. I heard Ghetto Quran before it even had a beat. He didn't have the beat yet. He said the rhyme to Chaz. Everybody who lived in Queens knew all of that shit. So it was no snitching.
It was, you know what it was like? Not to cut you off. It was like the dedication rhyme.
It was like,
the dedication rhyme.
If y'all remember, Blackhand used to throw picnics every summer to Bear Mountain. At one picnic we went, there was this artist from Harlem named Mino. Mino, he did the song, I'm that nigga.
Oh, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
So the next year, Chaz wanted a theme song, and at this time we had 50 Cent. So he heard Ghetto Quran. He tried to get 50 to record Ghetto Quran to be the theme song coming to the park, but he didn't have the beat yet. You know what I'm saying? All we had was How to Rob, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't have the beat yet. So, you know what I'm saying? So that was that. But we knew about Ghetto Quran was always he knew every verse, but we knew every verse before it was a fucking song.
Yeah. But why did Preem make it feel like that it was snitching though?
Preem ain't even make it feel like it was snitching. That was just how it just turned out to be because of the beef and the drama. And I used to always I used to always tell Chaz, like, once the beef with Ja Rule started, I used to always tell Chaz, like, leave it alone because 50 don't want to squash that beef. He don't want to squash it.
But how did that start the beef? You said you was taking it back from the beginning.
How the beef started?
Yeah.
50, like, 50 was with Troy at I think it was a party or a bar or something.
Is Ghetto Quran related to that?
Okay.
Is Ghetto Quran related to that?
No.
Okay.
No, it was a chain thing. Wasn't it the chain thing? That the guy somebody stole.
He was with the person that stole it, stole the chain, and Ja took offense to that. Ja took offense to that, and 50 didn't respect him after that. He did the song Nobody, like he was.
But y'all kind of was like in the middle of being cool with Ja and 50, right at that time. Y'all was
Darcsyde.
Y'all.
You were in.
No, not me.
You wasn't cool with Ja?
No, I wasn't cool with them. They was Hollis to me, and I was Southside. You know what I'm saying?
I thought y'all was cool.
Nah, I was cool with Mike Geronimo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was cool with Mike Geronimo. From what I knew of Ja from John Adams, Jehovah's Witness on my block. You know what I'm saying? Because he had his cousin.
Don't do Ja like that.
His family lived
50 would approve of this.
I'm not doing no. I'm telling the facts, the truth, like the facts. And it was pointed out to me, Jeffrey Atkins, Ja, but me back in the days, my man Ja was really in the streets, and we called Ja Rule.
Oh, you called Ja?
Yeah, we called Ja Rule.
Oh.
After Ja Rule?
No, before Ja Rule, the rapper.
So you're saying
before Ja Rule, the rapper, my Ja Rule was really in the streets, getting locked up. Ja. You know what I'm saying?
So Ja Rule got his name
That's
from
what
Ja.
I believe.
Okay.
But then people...
Oh, that's what you believe.
Yeah, people pointed out Jeffrey Atkins. He probably used Jeffrey J and an A from... But Ja Rule was my man Ja. You know what I'm saying? That was really in the streets. Rikers Island or upstate getting locked up for real. You know what I'm saying? And we was all on 147. And Ja Rule, the rapper, he was a Jehovah's Witness on 147. Because of Mitchell and them. They was Jehovah's Witness.
But what reason you had to not like him though?
Because I didn't like nobody.
You like 50 though.
He don't like Jehovah's Witnesses.
He wasn't. You felt like he wasn't authentic.
I felt that niggas wasn't authentic neither. Like I know what 50 was talking about. These niggas, we didn't hear about niggas from the streets because you heard about everybody from the streets. You heard about niggas from 40. I keep bringing up names.
We gonna blur out the names.
I hear niggas. You heard of niggas in the streets. Who niggas was from Baisley, from Rochdale, from you heard who niggas were. I never heard of them. I never heard of them.
When you say them, are you saying Irv, Chris? Because Chris said he was in the streets.
Who? Chris Gotti?
Yeah.
I never heard of them like that.
But just because you ain't hear him,
just
that
because
don't
I didn't
mean
hear
he
it,
wasn't
mean
in
like
the streets.
them part. But I knew niggas from Hollis too. You know what I'm saying? But I never heard of them moving nothing or making no noise.
But everybody don't ring bells that's in the street.
Like never making Darcsyde ring.
Yeah, because y'all was rapping.
No, we before that.
No, I mean is y'all was doing
the street shit. Like you know what I'm saying? They knew this part of Feaster's Corner.
Yeah,
I remember Feaster's.
Feaster's Corner, 116 or something. Yeah. That was the dark side, and the cross street was the black top. Yeah. Like niggas knew.
Now it's fair for y'all to say, I ain't never heard of Darcsyde.
That would be a lie. That would be a lie.
Should that be a lie?
That would be a lie. Cause we made so much noise. Like we made so much noise. Adolf the assassin. Remember that rapper? We took that nigga off a stage at a show.
Oh my God.
Off a show. Like, I'm not playing, yo.
Why? Why would you take somebody off the stage?
I wasn't playing. Like, I was not playing back in the days. Like, back in the days, I was a live wire. We were live wires, yo. Like my man Darcsyde. My man Intel. Well, he did so many years in prison. We were live wires, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
50 would approve of this message.
Like I said, and I want to go back. I want to go back into that story. The Slim Switch sides on me, let niggas ride on me. That line in what's the song?
Many Men.
Many Men. Like Chaz respected and loved 50. That was real. He had mad respect for 50. I will never forget when I bought 50 to him. The next day he's calling me like, yo, about 50. And we on the road. We driving 50. We did a show in Connecticut. I did the Columbus Day Parade with 50.
Yeah, but you gotta look at 50's side.
50's side. Let me tell you what happened was after all the fights, the Atlanta fight and all this shit, I used to tell Chaz, he does not want to squash the beef. So it looks like to him that you taking sides. Because I told him when he gave 50 the Movado watch for Ja Rule chain, I don't think 50 respected that.
From Chaz?
This nigga tried from Chaz.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think like my point is like these niggas they're getting into it. They fought in Atlanta, this, that, and the third. They fought in Atlanta and he got his chain and everything. He want to keep that. He want to keep that, but Chaz was known as a beef squasher. Like he squashed a lot. I've seen a lot of niggas that thought they were tough. When they had drama, they came to Chaz to squash they drama, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? And after that Atlanta shit, they tried, Murder Inc. and them tried to squash that beef. They came up to Blackhand to squash the beef. I remember the meeting was set up. They all came, Irv, Ja, and everybody came up to Blackhand and squashed that beef. What, you think they was gonna come up to Blackhand and try to get at Fifth? Nah, you couldn't fuck with Blackhand. So none of that was going down at Blackhand. So they came up there to squash that beef. 50 didn't show up. You know what I'm saying?
Because he thought that was a setup, right?
No, 50 didn't show up because, no, they didn't think it was a setup.
No, him. You got to think of how 50 thinking.
I don't think he thought it was a setup.
He didn't go?
He didn't go.
Well, let him explain what his side. What do you mean?
What I mean, like I said, no, I understand.
He's talking to me. He's looking at me like that. Don't worry about that.
I understand what Bug Out is saying. I understand what Bug Out is saying. But from my point, I'm like 50 is like fed up with it. Like yo, either you on my side or they side. That's how he looking at it. Either you on my side or they side. And you know what I'm saying? Like giving me a watch to squash the beef and all that shit. Like, I think he took it that way. And I believe he took it that way. That's how I believe.
I can see that. Like, he don't mind having an enemy or two.
Yeah. He didn't care.
So, that's why I was asking, like, because, you know, you're, 50 seems like the type of person to be like, if you was man, I don't fuck with you either. Even if we was cool, you know what I'm saying?
He took sides, like he took sides, like, you know what I'm saying. And I was like, but I never tried to chase him. And he actually didn't take sides with us because after he got shot, my mans and them was still running with him. My man Tech and them was still running with him, like, you know what I'm saying. And they all Darcsyde, so it wasn't. I don't think he did. I was never the type, and I was never the type to. He was getting popular, and I didn't want to jump on his bandwagon.
But you know what, though? He probably was thinking that same thing about y'all, too, about still being with Chaz.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mess with Chaz, so I can't mess with y'all either.
He thought, I feel he thought that, too. But we used to talk about, me and Fifth, at his house, we used to talk, and he used to tell me a lot of shit. He used to talk to me about a lot of shit. And when he talked about G Unit, like he want to start his G Unit, this, that, and the third, just before it even happened, I told him, I'm with you, dog. And I would have rolled with him, even though I was on Blackhand.
Yeah.
If you seen him face to face right now, what would you say to him?
What's up? How you doing? You doing your thing? Because I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to be like, yo, I need your help. I'm not that type of person. I've never been that type of person. Never.
Yeah, no, I definitely believe that.
Yeah.
Now, you was a producer, so you had to produce for a lot of the Blackhand artists at this point, right?
Chaz had me producing for everybody. I produced for Mac Dre, if you know who Mac Dre was. Wrong
This
guy.
and all that, right?
He
Yeah.
died? Didn't he die?
Yeah,
He got killed. Yeah. I produced for Mac Dre. I was working with E Money Bags. Y'all know who E Money Bags. I was working with E Money Bags. I was doing his album Grand Imperial. I did his song Regulate with Prodigy. Him and Prodigy and Majesty. Majesty wasn't on it at the time. It was just E Money Bags and Prodigy. I did that, and I was about to work with Prodigy on Head Nigga in Charge for that album, but that didn't go. After E Money Bags got killed, that didn't go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
What I want to ask you, what What work did you do by being on Blackhand besides just producing that? What you talking about? The whole process that you was in when you was on Blackhand.
I'm gonna be honest, like.
Did you do that 50 Cent beat? I mean, the Jay-Z beat, Stuck in This Life Forever?
Nah, Top Fife did that. Top Fife did that. I got a whole story about that whole thing, but like.
All right, let's go back to what he was saying.
Yeah. But what you were saying?
No, I was saying your whole process during Blackhand. Like
we came to them as a group, Darcsyde, but I turned into a little more. I started wearing a little more hats because now I started engineering. You know what I'm saying? I'm producing, but now I'm engineering. Like I engineered about 70% of the Black Gangster soundtrack.
That's why I asked you that, because it's like when you said you had the regret of going to Kick-Ass, you had a better situation, it seemed like, at Blackhand. You had more hands-on to things.
No, I know. I said I regret going to Blackhand as far as the signing as a rap group to Blackhand.
Yeah, but you had more.
I would have stayed doing that at Blackhand.
Oh, you would have did that at Kick-Ass, you think?
No, I would have did that at Blackhand, like producing everything. I would have did that at Blackhand, producing everything. But we would have been in the machine with Job and them over there as a group, Darcsyde. You know what I'm saying? Like as a group, Darcsyde, making. I would have, cause Chaz,
you would have made some money off of that still.
Yeah. I'd have made Chaz. Our manager. He's our production company, our manager, and he'll have them doing what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what but I was young then. I didn't know. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But I did, like I said, I did a lot of the engineering, like 50 Cent song on there. You Ain't No Gangsta. I recorded that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I recorded. I did the beat for my son on there. I did Mac Dre's on there. I did a couple of unknown artists on there. But I mixed a lot of the shit. I mixed a lot of the songs on there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The album was dope, though. I ain't gonna lie. Black Gangsta, that shit was hard.
The album was dope, but...
Did you do Jay-Z song on it?
Nah.
Nah, he asked him that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah. Top Fife produced it, but me and G recorded it, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you recorded it?
I helped record it, yeah.
What was that process like watching Hov? That got to, I mean...
You was there when Hov recorded? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What was
Hov is exactly what they say. He goes out in the car, comes back and lays the whole shit down. But then I found out through the years that fucking verse was a freestyle he did somewhere else.
Well, it was on the, if you listen to the Hard Knock Life tour, he says that verse.
Yeah.
So what? Like, so what? That's Jay-Z.
I know,
I don't care what he said.
Yeah. Like,
he's on the same album.
That verse was too good to throw away. Like, you gotta use that shit.
That beat was bananas.
Here's where I get bullshit at. Like I'm gonna get a little crazy, not crazy, but you know when these fucking DJs talk about they don't take no payola and shit like that. Funk Master Flex is the #1 saying that BS. Yeah. He only gave us one bomb for Jay-Z, This Life Forever, because we had to pay for it.
Wow, you have to pay for bombs?
Yeah, we had to pay for it. And he can say whatever the fuck he want to say. I was there with his manager, Paul, when Chaz paid him. You know what I'm saying? At the time. Like, because remember the song Diamond was playing too. Remember the song from Blue Streak? Blue Streak, Diamond, Jay-Z, Diamond.
That song was
yeah, but Jay-Z, how you not gonna play a Jay-Z song and Diamond is tearing up the radio?
Wow, very true.
Come on, yo. It didn't make no sense to me that we didn't get the spins that we had a Ja Rule song. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm like, you know, let me stop here. Somebody said something in an interview on another interview on something, and I said something, and then Chaz's son, Real, he tried to step to me about saying things like, yo, we got relationships with this person, that person, dog. And I'm trying to tell this dude, I can talk my life. I was there. I could talk what I was a part of. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody gonna stop me from talking about what I was a part of. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, I'm gonna go back into Black Gangster soundtrack. We had Ja Rule on there. You know what I'm saying? Had a good song on there. Irv Gotti gave us 3 songs. He gave us Jay-Z, but Jay-Z recorded it there. Gave us DMX and Ja Rule. I kept telling Chaz, give back that DMX song because Irv Gotti is playing you.
Right.
I told him that.
Why?
Because if you heard the DMX song on there, it wasn't a DMX song. At this time, DMX is rah, 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 rah. And Irv Gotti gave us meow, meow, DMX.
Meow, meow, DMX.
That's how I felt. It wasn't
Never heard of
DMX.
meow, meow,
Yeah,
DMX.
listen to
That's
the
a
song.
cat sound you made.
Like
it was a tame DMX.
It was a tame DMX.
Wow.
It wasn't
I got what
it
you're
wasn't
saying.
Nah, it wasn't DMX.
Yeah.
It wasn't who did. I'm like, huh? Because if he would have gave us the rowdy DMX that, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you were saying it wasn't DMX. It was a whole different person.
It was the tame.
I see what you're saying,
he got all these crazy songs going bananas.
DMX was hot with that. That was
You know
like
what I'm
98.
saying?
That's DMX
He
was on fire.
gave him, you know what I'm saying? Niggas done started all that shit, and he give us this.
What, the song was rap?
It's like a throwaway DMX song he gave us, and I didn't respect that, yo. I used to always tell Chaz, yo, chokehold that nigga, yo. Put him in the chokehold, yo.
Who, Irv?
Yes, I used to always tell Chaz that. Chaz used to laugh at it. I'm like, because you know what I looked at it? Because I always said, he's not going to give us the help that you trying to ask him for because he has a label over there. And Murder Inc. is Murder Inc., but Blackhand has official street niggas on it. You understand what I'm saying? You deal with real street niggas. Blackhand is a bunch of real. So he's not. We come up and pop off. We the official Southside street niggas, and this is Murder Inc. Rap label. So he's not gonna give us. That's what I always said. Because at the time, I got this girl signed to Blackhand. Her name was Mecca. I got her from Atlanta. I did a song for her. I think I call it Mecca 2000 because it was 2000 when I did it. Mecca 2000, I think it was. Right? Dame Dash was in Blackhand. He heard it. He like, yo, who that? You know what I'm saying? Chaz like, yo, that's Mecca. The beat was, I had the beat laid, going crazy up in the studio. Boom. I was doing the bass before, like, Little John and with that heavy bass. I did that for Mecca's song, that boom boom, like
with the 808s and shit.
with the 808s and shit. But now let me go back. What I'm talking about this is at the time, Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Charlie Baltimore, all of them was around, and Mecca didn't look like them. Let's just say she didn't look like them. She wasn't on that. She didn't
have that aesthetic, basically.
She didn't have that aesthetic.
Yeah.
So. But she sound like the female Beanie Siegel. She sound like Beanie Siegel. Mecca was nice. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't try to push her because she didn't have that aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect Master P because Mia X ain't have that aesthetic neither. But he pushed her.
He put anything out.
You know what I'm saying?
If it stick, he gonna throw everything to the wall. Whatever stick.
Yeah.
But he put the money behind it though.
I was like, yo, I didn't like that. Me and Chaz had our differences, and that's why he respected me because I wasn't a yes man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a yes man. I'm not gonna agree with everything you say. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it comes to, disagreements and like, you know what I'm saying? But a real nigga gonna respect a real nigga that guy's gonna stand his ground. Like, nah, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna fold like anybody. A lot of yes men get on. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
They get on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a difficult person to deal with. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this though, like, on the outside looking in, it got to a point with Blackhand that Graf was the face of Blackhand, but y'all was the first artist on there.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's a
saying?
fact.
How did that make you feel, and how did that happen? Like,
It didn't make me feel no way because at that time I was just doing too much. I had on too many hats with Blackhand. I'm doing this and doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and at one point I didn't even want to rap no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really. If y'all know, I didn't really take rapping when I got with Black. I didn't really take it
Yeah.
Serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? My partner, he ain't do a lot of songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did a couple of songs, like solo songs. He didn't do a lot of songs. And then Graf came along. And Graf was lyrically at the time. He was lyrically capable at the time. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really take to Graf like that. Even though, I don't know. I was just who I am. I ain't like people.
But he did something to you?
No, he never did nothing to me. I just was that way. I didn't.
Wait.
I didn't.
Graf is nice. That's why Graf is nice.
Nah, Graf was nice. I said he was lyrical. He was a beast.
Hold on. I didn't like people. Now I gotta think. Am I in that category?
Nah.
Like when you say people, I am people.
Yeah.
How can I not take it personally, right?
Nah. I didn't.
I know what you
when
mean.
I said I didn't like
mean,
people, I didn't like newcomers
Yeah, I
all
know
the
what you
time.
mean.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I ain't like newcomers like that. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you didn't try to help him. You didn't produce no music for him and stuff like that?
Actually, I did. At one point, when Chaz was working with Foxy Brown, I produced like 3 beats for Foxy Brown that Graf was on with Foxy. You know what I'm saying? So I did a couple of beats for that, like, you know what I'm saying? So, because remember, if y'all remember, Chaz was managing Foxy at one time.
Right.
So I did a couple of beats for that, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So there's still no relationship with Graf?
No, I mean, like I said, we moved to Atlanta. We went to Atlanta. We were still part of Blackhand, but we moved. We wanted something different. I just wanted to do something different at the time.
Did it work out? Because, like, you know, it's funny. And we talking about this, like, y'all was signed as a group. Like, you and Sin didn't have no discrepancies because you was drifting off into other aspects of the music business while Sin was just the rapper?
Basically, I'm going to keep it 100.
That's a good
This is
question.
to me, my partner had a weakness, and his weakness was he didn't step up a lot. I was the one making I made all the moves.
But why would that be a weakness and not character?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like, why is it a weakness? If your character is not a certain type of way, that's just your character. Why is that a weakness?
Because I didn't. Okay, yeah. Let me
You know what I
change
mean?
it.
You know
Yeah,
what I
let
mean?
me change it from where that probably was his character. I just like to make moves and and do a lot of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just
Groups would be like that though.
Yeah.
One be like the one that's really driven. The other one is just the partner. And it be like that.
And that's how it
sometimes.
was. That's how it was.
Is that a good thing? Clearly,
It's good if they blow and then you can't really see it. But if it don't work out, then you
it look
see
like
it.
one ain't
you know,
doing
I
nothing.
don't know if I believe. I feel like that because, like, after interviewing Vin Rock, yeah, Tretch was the lead vocalist, but all 3 of them had pivotal roles in the group. You know what I'm saying? Vin
Playing your position.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's about.
Yeah,
Playing
Vin
your
Rock was
position.
the business, Tretch was the face and the lyrics, and KG was the producer. The fact that, you know, you was a producer and
I was a producer. I was the lyrics.
Yeah, but it wasn't always peachy
idea.
either with them either.
nah,
Yeah,
it wasn't
peachy with them.
but
no.
but they still was pulled. When they pulled their weight, it made the group great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When somebody, because it sounded like to me, you felt he wasn't pulling his weight. Because to be in the business, you got to be
100.
money.
Chaz used to tell me all the time I should go solo. He said,
Is it because of that though? Because you don't feel he's pulling his weight?
I don't know why he told, because I had a work ethic that he didn't have.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the main part of it.
I had a work ethic. At this time, I was 24/7 with it. Doing music. I'm at the studio all day, all night.
Yeah.
So when it came to things, like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. When we would go to Vegas to do the Tyson parties, do the Jay-Z parties, Sin would never go. So one day I asked Chaz, like, yo, why you don't have Sin? Why Sin not going? And he's like, he don't do nothing. Why I'm gonna pay for him to go? Because he was paying for everybody. Why I pay for him to go and he don't do nothing? So it's like I'm not trying, like, it was the work ethic. I had a crazy work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we went to Vegas, I'm outside all night, out there collecting money. I didn't even give a fuck about going into the party. I'm collecting money for everybody that want to get in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. I had a crazy work ethic. It came to a point that Chaz respected my call. You know, he would come, like, when he's doing things, he would come to my house. Let me tell you something. This is why I'm not going to say I don't respect niggas. Let me give a different definition. Basically, when I call you and you don't pick up the phone, I'm calling you all day and you don't answer, I don't respect niggas like that. Because nobody is that busy. Chaz answered, this man is busy. And he answered the phone every time I called. There was no time, it went a half an hour that he didn't call me back in less than a half an hour. He called me every morning. We had a conversation every morning, damn near. Yeah, we had a conversation damn near every morning. You know what I'm saying? If you look on his one of his Instagram pictures, we in the picture. He'd say on his Instagram picture, one of my favorite rappers is in this picture. I respected that man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, yo, like the loyalty Yayo got for Fifth, I have for Chaz. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though, like, you know, we had, like I said, we had our discrepancies. You know what I'm saying? We had our discrepancies, but he respected my handle.
Is that a pause moment?
Nah.
Had to check with my resident pause expert.
The pause expert.
It's cool.
But I like to say this, man. I do not respect how this man passed away, and there's nothing about him really. Niggas not really talking about him, cause he probably tried to put a lot of niggas on, and there's like nobody really that he even helped. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even helped really showing love to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't respect that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
as long as you got that, you shouldn't worry about other people. Just what you got.
Nah, I feel you, but he did a lot of shit for a lot of people. He saved a lot of niggas' asses, yo. Pause. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he saved a lot of niggas from a drama. And like, you know, a lot of shit, yo. Yeah.
You wrote a book.
Yeah, I wrote a book about my life, an audio book.
Oh, how long ago was this?
This was it dropped on my birthday last year.
Congratulations, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Another black man writing a book.
That's an audio book. Yo. It's about my family. You know, it's about.
Is it what you said?
It's about what I went through, just in more detail. What I went through growing up and through my family.
How was that process going through that?
Was
it therapeutic for you, or
it was very therapeutic?
I know it was. It was
very, because, like, at the end, I'm gonna call it the end. My chapter changing over. Like, I was diagnosed with diabetes in 2019, in the end of 2019.
Damn.
And when I got diagnosed with diabetes, it's like, now I'm
Type
weak.
1 or 2?
Type 2. I went through a lot of shit, and then my family still turned their back on me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And my own brother turned his back. They turned their back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I'm one of them people that would say, my brother can't say another word to me in life.
Wow.
I saved this nigga many times in this street because he came up from Louisiana. So they have a whole different way of doing things. So he's coming up here and he acting stupid to niggas he don't know that'll kill him. And I stepped up to these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? And say like 4 or 5 occasions I could call that niggas wanted to kill him, and I stepped up. And like, as a brother supposed to do, and held them down. And for you, when I got sick and everything went down, for you to turn your back on me, I would never speak to you again in my life.
Scorpios don't forget shit.
And my grandmother did the same thing. And I was the only one holding her down against her children, yo. Me and my Aunt Joanne. And I consider to this day I have no family. The only family I have is my kids and their mothers and my Aunt Joanne. That's all I have. Damn.
Wow.
So I wrote a book about it. It hurt me writing the book. It brought mad emotion.
But it brought some closure, kind of.
It brought closure.
Things, right?
It brought a lot of closure. It as y'all know, I went on a hiatus for a couple years, not saying nothing. In this hiatus, I went to MMA. I studied MMA for a year. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to get rid of this diabetes shit, as I did. I got rid of it. I go to the doctor. I don't have it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Sugar right.
Yeah, so everything is good on that note.
How'd you do that? That's big, man. That, you know.
Right.
Well, when I got diagnosed, the way I got I was feeling crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was feeling.
How was you feeling?
I was feeling like crazy.
Like weak, like
weak. My mouth was mad. My mouth dry now from talking too much, right? But my mouth was cotton mouth dry. Like one night I peed like 37 times. Going to the bathroom, back and forth, bathroom, like all night, and then I'm thirsty. I drunk a whole 64 ounce bottle of apple juice, like juice. I was doing the wrong things. Yeah. So then one day, I made an appointment. This was in October of that year. I made an appointment tried to make an appointment to the doctor. The doctor gave me a December appointment. Yeah. And this is October. Yeah. So one day, this girl I know, she called me. I'm gonna say her name because I want her to, shout her out. Shonda, this girl named Shonda, one of my friends. She's a friend, right? She called me and was like, "Yo, I missed something. Can you pick me up from the airport?" So I'm like, "No doubt, no doubt." So I go pick her up from the airport, and when we get back to her house, I'm into her house to drop her off. She was like, because she was looking at me all crazy. Now, mind you, I know I lost, like, I went from 200, I was 226 pounds. Wow. And in less than 2 weeks, I was 180.
God damn.
Wow.
180. So I know the hood looking at me like I had the monster and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would have definitely thought that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So she looking at me all crazy, my face skinny and everything, you know what I'm saying? So she go, you mind if I test your blood? Because she was diabetic, but she was diabetic from young. Like, she mind if I test your blood? So I'm like, yeah, go ahead, like whatever. So she went and put her bags in the house. She came out with the little thing, this machine thing, and then she pricked my finger, bleeding. She put it on this thing, and that shit went beep, 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 beep. That shit was off the. She said your blood is supposed to be 100 and less.
Right.
That shit was like $9.99.
God damn.
Wow.
She said, you're going to the hospital right now.
Wow.
She's like, you going to the hospital right now. When I got to the hospital, the doctor told me, if you would have tried to wait to that December appointment, you would have died. You wouldn't have made it. He said you would have went to sleep one of these nights and not woke up.
Wow.
Yeah, he said you would have went to sleep one of these nights and not woke up.
Wow.
So from that day forward, when I left out, I was in the hospital I didn't want my kids to come see me. I didn't want nobody to come see me. I reflected. I just sat there and reflected. Like, I made myself weak because I was going through the movie shit, the taking of my movie and all that shit. I was going through a lot of shit. So I reflected. I was in the hospital reflecting. And I was like, so when I got out, they gave me a prescription. They had this metformin shit and this other shit. I took it one time and I didn't take it no more. So I just went I'm online searching online. That's one thing I always did. I know how to search the internet. So I'm searching this, searching that, searching this, searching that. And I just started doing impact exercises. I started just drinking watermelon juice. I started drinking a whole bunch of, I'm juicing watermelons. I'm juicing this, I'm juicing that, because watermelon is one of the only hydrations to hydrate you. Water don't actually hydrate you. Water actually steals from you. So I learned a lot of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of shit. So I did all that. And, I exercise, I'm working out. I went to MMA for impact exercising. Okay. So that's fighting, and what it's doing is it's making your cells yearn for the energy. You know what I'm saying? When your cells is yearning for the energy, it makes what you eat now, makes the stuff that you eat go to your cells instead of going to being stored in the fat and everything. So it kicked back on, and then I'm just doing a whole bunch of shit. I'm doing a whole bunch of shit. And last time I went to the doctor, everything is all good. Gaining my weight back, everything is all good.
That's dope.
And I'll break a nigga ass up.
Well, I'm
after
glad
learning how to MMA.
I ain't gonna
I'm glad
co-sign
that
that.
you.
I ain't gonna co-sign that, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm proud
These
of you,
right here,
bro.
these casts
Word.
right here is.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Word, that's a fact.
We fuck with you, but you our man, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
You our peoples, for real, for real. So, when we see you, you know what I'm saying, flourishing in your health.
Yeah. Like a lot of y'all,
It's important.
I try to tell people, yo, that shit is like, it's not a game, yo. There's a lot of people that are sitting at heavy weights and they think they stocky and they think they big. And nigga, you just holding on to shit that you don't know is going to affect you later down the line.
Yeah.
So you got to get that shit under control. You better get it under control while you are good.
Yeah.
And keep it under control.
So, man, your body ain't meant to be holding 200-300 pounds.
You're not.
You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
at 5'8" and 5'9".
exactly.
And I'm 5'8". Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, mm-mm.
I don't care if you're a bodybuilder. You ain't meant to hold that type of weight because 300 pounds of muscle or 300 pounds of fat, it's still 300 pounds.
The funny shit about the weight, right, is when I've been stocky I was that weight for a while. You know what I'm saying? Is that I started to get back in rap. So I sent Chaz, just before Chaz passed away, I sent him a record I did, Man Down. And Chaz, soon as he played it, like, he took it right to K-Slay. K-Slay blowing it up on the radio. And then DJ White Owl, God bless his day, he put it as the first song on his Drop That mixtape. You know what I'm saying? So now K-Slay is calling Chaz to have me come up to the radio. And I'm like, I'm not going up there. Chaz like, did you want to rap? I'm like, and I did like 3 or 4 more songs. And one night K-Slay played all 3 of my songs. Like in his thing, he played Man Down. He played I forgot the other names of the other 2 songs, but he played them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So and he won me. So Chaz is getting hyped. Ready to bring me back up there. And I'm like, Chaz, man, I'm not running on those. I'm 200. I can't barely breathe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't barely breathe. Like, damn near.
Damn.
So I hit the gym. Remember, I started hitting the park. And that's exactly what actually triggered the diabetes was me working out.
Wow.
That's what triggered it.
Wow.
How did you come to that conclusion?
The doctor told me that.
Because
I said, fuck it, I'm 200 and some pounds. I want to get this weight off. So I bought a bike. I'm riding. First time I went to that park, Shirley Chisholm Park, I couldn't do a mile on the bike. I couldn't do a mile straight. So now I'm drinking water. I'm drinking ocean spray, 100% juices. I'm eating fruits and everything. I spiked my own sugar.
Yeah, because I was about to say that cranberry juice ain't nothing but sugar. That ain't got no nutritious value.
You thinking it says 100% juice in it? Like you
I
thinking?
know they definitely be fooling you with
they
that
fool
If you
bullshit.
ever you ever had the one without the sugar, that's really
That's even
tart.
worse.
Yeah, it's
Really tart.
Yeah, that's even worse. Like I spiked my own sugar, so that started the trend. That started the whatever they call in your body the metabolism. That started whatever the word is. That started it to bring on the diabetes.
Wow.
Got you.
What, you were drinking it all the time?
That's all I was, water and eating fruits and juicing and all that. And my body just like, what the fuck is you doing? Yeah, my sugar went up. I had keto acidosis. I was keto.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
You said you started a part. I feel like we need two episodes because we ain't
sure.
even.
I know, right?
We ain't even get to the
Scratch the
movie stuff with
surface.
you. So we gonna leave it like this.
Word.
You our man, so you gonna come back.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm
That's a fact.
saying?
So much. You got so much.
Yeah.
I don't know the half. Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Bug, you got anything?
Look at me, dog. Yo, you my guy, man. I appreciate that you came in, like really, really, really showed your vulnerable side of
man.
everything that you went through.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that,
No
bro.
doubt, no
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying? So we got to do another one anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's just
I want to
like
talk about
so
my
much.
clothing line.
Yeah, you could give a shout out to it and tell them where they could find it at.
Label Black Sheep brand, www.labelblacksheep.com. You
You
know,
can find it on me. You know what I'm
And
saying?
on me too. On me too. Right here. Right here.
yeah, because I was labeled Black Sheep from birth, yo. I was a black sheep, and I just stuck with being a black sheep. You know.
G, you got anything?
Yeah, I do actually. I wanted you to get a little plug in for your book. Honestly, where can we get it at?
It's on Audible. It's called 1025 Black Sheep. That's my date of birth, 1025 Black Sheep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted you to get that shout out, man. I appreciate you
No
coming
doubt.
through, Doc. You already know you my guy,
There you
man.
go. Yeah. I'm about to get this. I'm getting this shit right now, dog.
Yeah, we
No
gonna
doubt.
order it. How much is it?
It's on Audible. You know, you pay for the thing. I just downloaded it, dog. Just to let you know.
doubt.
I'm really copping that.
Okay.
Doc, thank you, man. What you opened up to, I wasn't even expecting that. I'll be honest. I was
No doubt.
like, God damn, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
Like,
I'm at the age I gotta. It's time. It's like I gotta let people
Yeah.
know where I've been.
Yeah.
Because I sat back and just watched a lot of people just go, and I'm sitting back like I did a lot of shit. You know.
It's also therapeutic for you, though.
My
man. It's
legacy,
helping you,
my
man.
legacy is intact. I mean, I didn't see the millions yet, but
Yeah.
you know, I did. I ran into a lot of success, and I ran into a lot of downfalls, like but I'm
Yeah.
good.
Especially next time, I want to talk about the actual mechanics behind the business, because I think somebody like you would know it, especially being you, Chaz's right hand man, basically.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I did a lot.
You know, but just thank you for coming, man. That's always what I like to say to all the guests. But we really appreciate you coming, because you come in here blessing us with your story.
I hope this one is in focus.
Is it prime? Is it focus? He said if it's prime focus, it's focus. No doubt. But yo, this is Detox Jones. That's Bug Out. That's G Vasquez. Prime on the boards. The one and only Doc. The one and only Doc from Darcsyde. The one and only Doc from Darcsyde who was signed to Blackhand.
That's a fact.
Right hand man to Chaz. Sin. You need to be on this couch next too, man.
That's
right.
a fact.
You
That's
know
a
what I'm
whole
saying?
fact.
What up, Sid?
This the Thanks for Asking podcast. We out, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
What's up? This your boy DOC tapping in with thanks for asking. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we out.